This is Ava from Swart Today, and we are coming to you live from downtown Hope. This morning, we're going to bring you the exclusive story about what's exactly been happening with the Foster's building. Right now, we're in Hebrews 11:1 across the street from the Foster's building, and I'm here with Hebrews proprietor Arnetta Bradford, and she's going to share with us exactly what she's been up to lately. Arnetta.
Thank you so much. So, hello everybody. Of course, she's already announced me who I am. I am Arnetta Bradford. I currently own Hebrews 11:1, but we have an amazing another venture that we're venturing out into. And so that is me and my husband, Chad Bradford, are the proud owners of the Foster Shoes building. That's what it's been known for the last several years. And so what is going to happen in this building is me and my husband have been praying about it and thought about it, and we wanted to figure out, we always want to know what would benefit the community. We can always do any kind of business and do anything that we ourselves want to do, but what benefits community? Well, I looked around and my heart says soul food, right? And I know that everybody, a lot of different restaurants around here may have different aspects of soul food, but when I'm speaking of soul food, I'm talking about hot water cornbread, meatloaf, greens, candy yams, buttermilk pies, things of that nature that will take you back to the table. Growing up, my inspiration, I'll get to that in a second, but growing up, I always remembered going to, different family members' homes, like on Sundays, and we would have dinner. If you remember or recall, that's the place where everybody showed love one towards another. Everybody had the conversations that we were missing throughout the week. That's where we kind of just came back together. Well, I feel like in this community, we're missing the soul food aspect, but we're also missing that connection, that unity. And so I honestly believe soul food was the base that kept us all as growing up together. And so why not go back to the table, right? Well, the reason and the whole story behind this soul food venture is this lady. This is my mom, Ethel Vickers. And so growing up, this lady has always cooked. She has always loved on people. Anytime if I mention her name to anybody that knew her, it was all about food. She wanted you to know that she was going to feed you, but also, and most importantly, she was going to let you know she loved you. And so what better way to pair all of that together than by doing soul food, and on top of that, showing forth the love that Christ wants us to show. And so over the years of growing up, my mother and my grandma and family would go to Dallas to a mission, and we would help feed the different people there in the mission, and they would give them all kinds of loving and just food from their hearts. And so I began to think about this, and I began to look at it, and this is going to be very unorthodox, but hey, I'm Arnetta, and that's the way I do things. And so thinking about the mission and thinking about what we're missing here, my plan and my heart is setting this soul food restaurant up completely nonprofit. What does that mean? That means that I don't care if you can afford to eat or if you can't afford to eat, you still can come and eat. I don't care what that looks like, what your backstory is, or what your current situation is. If you're hungry, I'm going to feed you. I also, we're already completely set up as a complete 501c3, and that will help us to be able to do this by people coming in, and we've already had people that are donating into this great idea that we have and to this mission, but other ways that you can assist is not always monetary, because to be honest with you, I obviously just announced this is a nonprofit, so surely it's not about the money, right? So you don't have to donate money all the time. That's not always needed. How about donating a window, donating a door? Because as you can see right across in the little window, the Foster building is being completely revamped. And so for every window that you donate, or for every door, or for every sheet of plywood, or whatever that looks like that you donate, I will be representing your family some way in that building, whether it be your name be sketched into the door or your name be sketched into the windowsill. I want the entire community that is wanting to join me with this by being a part of this building. I'm not even taking the Foster's name off the side of the building. Why? Because that's history. that's what that is. That's the Foster Shoes building. That's what you will always know about that building when you pass by it or when you mention it to someone. You can still tell them it's the Foster Shoes building. But the front door and the front face of that building will have Ethel May's name on it. That is my mother's name. Let me talk 1 second about what this lady means to me. So my mom passed away August 2nd, 2009. And so every day since that day, I can't say it's been a difficult day because God has really kept me. However, it's been a struggle because you go through life and you're doing so many things and you're missing like those, that's a big piece of the puzzle of my life, my mom. She's who created me. She's why I am the person I am today. A lot of people say I look like her. So I carry her with me all the time, but it's a struggle not having her here to see the different things that maybe we accomplish throughout the life of us still living here. But in saying that, I do miss her. But to be honest, would I ask her to come back from where she is? No. I mean, she's sitting right there at the feet of Jesus where we're all trying to get to. And so I wouldn't dare ask her to come back, but I would love for her to see that all the prayers that she instilled in me, all of the love that she instilled in me, all of the joy and the how to entreat people that she put in me, that's what I'm living today. And so I want everybody to know, when you see Ethel May's name on that building and you see me, I promise you, not only am I representing Jesus Christ, but I'm representing my mom. My mom was a phenomenal woman, I can't begin to tell you, I can't find any fault. I can't find any fault in this lady because she was amazing to me. And so that's who I am. That's the reason I'm doing this soul food restaurant. And the reason I'm doing it the way I'm doing it is simply because of the heart that she passed on to me. A lot of times people think about, families leaving inheritance and leaving money and all these things. It wasn't so much monetary that she left an inheritance for me. It was the love. The love that she instilled in me was worth more than money. And that's how I entreat my life. I do realize in business, a lot of people are probably even watching this or will watch this and say, nonprofit, like, Arnetta, we're in a pandemic. Like, what are you talking about? Food is expensive. It's getting more expensive. It's scarce. It's all these things. But let me speak 1 second about the glue that holds all of these ideas together, and that's my faith. And so I couldn't do anything. And to be honest, none of us could. We couldn't wake up in the morning if we didn't have faith. If we didn't believe that God would wake us up, we wouldn't wake up because that's not a promised day. So we are all living on faith. We just may not all realize it. And so even though it's not something that a person sees as being a great idea or that you may think this girl is crazy, absolutely, I have crazy faith. I have crazy thoughts. I believe God can do anything. And so he's shown me that even at Hebrews 11:1. But with Ethel May's, I am completely stepping out on faith. I'm completely looking at this picture from not just what I see and what I want for my family, but what I want for the community. And so the way I can do this is by giving my love and by giving you food, because I do believe food is good for the soul. And so that's why we're just sticking with the soul food. And again, that's a quick version of what is going on in the Foster building and why I'm doing it. Again, what am I doing? Soul food. Again, why am I doing it? Because I love my community. Again, how am I doing it? It's completely nonprofit and it's a gift to the community.
Did you tell me that people could also donate like their time and services coming in to cook one day?
Absolutely. So as far as the cooks go, again, how am I tying all this into the community? So I've already spoken to several different cooks in the community, and what I wanted to do was, it's so easy to just hire a chef, right? And just get somebody to randomly that you may know or you may not to come in and cook. But what happens when you walk into a home of a grandma or a granddad or a mom that you know in the community that has for years been feeding different kids and different people, and you realize that you can walk in Ethel May's and still get, and I'm just throwing a name out here, it's not, may not be somebody's name, but you can get Aunt Joe's, chicken salad, or you can get Miss Sophia's hot water cornbread. It changes how we look at food. Again, my whole motto is let's come back to the table. I want everybody to just get to that part. If you can leave with this live, get back to the table, because it's at the table again where we loved each other. I mean, that's where even when you had problems. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but we had problems. My grandfather would have everybody at the table, sit down, let's discuss what's wrong, what happened this week, how was your day today, and what you know, and it just makes you zone back in on each other. And I can't preach that enough. I honestly believe that we wholeheartedly have to unify. We have to come together. We can do so much each individual, but what can we do when we're all together? And so, hey, I'm inviting y'all to come back to the table, and I can't tell you who all will be cooking, but it will be someone that I'm sure you know, that you already recognize their food, you know their background, they've been in this community for years. And so that's where my heart is.
Thank you, Arnetta. So everybody knows, if there is anybody out there that wants to donate time, services, money, or materials, how can they get in touch with you?
You can definitely message me. As of right now, you can message me on at Arnetta Bradford on Facebook. However, I am getting ready to, and I'll try to give it to Swart for them to post it. But we'll have Ethel Mays, we'll have a Facebook page as well as a website that we're completing right now. That way, if there's any monetary things like that, you can directly donate that way. Or if it's any supplies or times and let me say this, thank you to those that have already invested time and donated time. Daniel Bramlett, pastor of First Baptist Church, had a group of young people and other people from Texas that actually came all the way down here that donated time and actually cleaned out that all of the old stuff in the foster building, like the different materials that it fell in and all of that. They cleaned all of that stuff out. And Daniel, y'all didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. That was their donation of time. Didn't charge me a dime. You know, God has been working this thing since the beginning. Not only that, Mr. Alan Flannery had a team that came in after the Pastor Bramlett's team left. Alan Flannery called in a team and called me and was like, hey, do you need us to do anything? What do you need? He brought a team in to come and clean and take off all of the dirt and all of the stuff, and they cleaned it up really nice. And so I have already been blessed with a group of people, several groups of people that have stepped in and just have done miracles with us. So yes, if you want to donate anything, you can definitely reach out to me at Arnetta Bradford, or if you want to stop by Hebrews 11:1, you can do that as well and discuss further what way you can be a part of this. Date that we're looking at, I know that's what everybody's like, so when is this going to open? When is it going to start?
That was my next question.
When is this going to happen? I am prayerfully and hoping that it be January of 2023. That's what we're looking at. If it happens before then, I promise you, I will have the page up of Ethel Mays on Facebook, and everybody can just friend it, and I promise you, updates will be coming through there daily. I will actually post as is what the building looks like right now, so that you can compare and see what we as a community have done to revitalize that building.
Thank you so much, Arnetta, for sharing this with us. You heard it here first, folks. We have Ethel Mays, a completely nonprofit soul food restaurant, coming downtown soon. Thank you for being with us today.
No problem.
I appreciate it. This is April from Swart Today, your neighborhood network, bringing you breaking news and sports.